Right, so in this section, we're going to work on creating an actual conversation that can show up here. So real quick, we're gonna go to our Visual Studio. In here, we're gonna go to Resources, Views, Layout first. Here, let's close this. Right, in here, we're going to add another header item. So copy one of these, paste down here, and then there just add users, users, and users. Alright, so if we go back to our Chrome and then refresh, we should have another users here. If we click, it will bring us to this one, which is empty, create chat component. Alright, so in here we're gonna go back to our Visual Studio Code, close this, and then in here we're going to go to our Livewire, open create chat, and then down below we can remove this, we don't need it anymore. Down below, I'm gonna add a bootstrap class, right? Dot list group, the width 75 dot mx auto margin top 3 container fluid. All right, so actually let's make this to a list ul. Sorry about that. Let's make this a list. We're gonna add a class here of list group item. All right, so let's just add some some static names here. That. So if we go back to our Chrome and then refresh, we're gonna add all these names here. All right, so we're gonna create some users that we're gonna show their names here, so we can create conversations with them. All right, so real quick, I'm gonna go back to my Visual Studio. I'm just gonna add one more class here. Copy this whole thing, this list group item, and then there at the end of the second, add action. All right, copy this now, copy that. All right, so it can have a hover effect like that. All right, so now we're gonna go and create more users. Log out like that, go to register, we're gonna create more users. So it's gonna create a user called cake. I miss cake at gmail.com. I'm gonna use the same email as password, confirm so it can be easier to remember. All right, let's log out, close, let's log out, register another user. Here I'm gonna create game here, game at gmail.com. Copy that, save email as password, and let's confirm password. All right, let's just create one more user, No. All right, let's create another user called log at gmail.com. Let's just copy that, paste. All right, so I think that's enough. So right now, if we go to users, nothing will show here because we have not yet added our users in the Livewire. Let's go back to our Visual Studio and then to the top here in the app, HTTP Livewire, go to create chat. I'm gonna add a model. So first let's make it public, users. Now let's just do that. And then in the render here, we're gonna use this, users is equals to, let's add a user model where ID, we're gonna make it is not equals to the auth user ID. All right, and I'm gonna put a get here. All right, so what this basically means is that get all users except the login user. All right, so let's go back to our create chat, and then in here let's just remove all this and just have one list. All right, format document. Right here we're gonna create for each users as user. In here I'm gonna copy that. All right, and then I'm gonna list, let's say, make sure it's PHP user. What am I doing? User name. All right, so for each user, I'm gonna get username. So let's go. Hopefully this works. And we have an error. Undefined property user in our Livewire. Sorry. Go back. In our Livewire, we gotta add. Make this Forgot two curly brackets there. Now go back, refresh, and we have our users here. All right, John, Cake, and Game. I don't know where this cake came from, but we have our users who we've registered. All right, so next we're gonna go ahead and creating a chat with them.